That's a giant. Giant. I don't know how big. Okay, that's a big catfish that just ate my crankbait on the top. That's a good bag. Welcome back, everybody. Tomorrow morning, I'm going to be getting up and going to the lake where I caught the 5-pounder and lost the 7-pounder. I'll be fishing out of the same John boat, but this time my dad won't be able to go. I'm going to be going by myself. The weather's supposed to be super nice. It's not going to get really hot until about 11 or 12, and even then it won't even be above 85. There's gonna be no clouds, which is the exact opposite of the conditions last time, so hopefully the fishing's good, but it could also be terrible because it's completely different. So I'll see you guys when I get there in the morning. Enjoy. Starting off with the big worm, unpegged weight. This is where I lost that absolute giant last week. Got a super lightweight on here. Conditions are completely different today than last time. Giant. I don't know how big. Second tiny clash with the water. Are you serious? He's not giant. I thought he was huge. It's not a terrible fish though. I thought this was going to be the fish that I'd jump off and play a clip of that real quick. Last week. That's a 2.5 though. I mean, look how we eat the tiny clash. As soon as it hit the water, I just made a cast there with the big worm. 10-inch plum worm, nothing. Tiny clash, dead walking it. Instantly, 2.5. Thought you were going to be huge, like the one I lost there last week. But I'll take it. That's a good sign for today. Chest cam wasn't on because the GoPro's acting funny, but that camera got it, so I just got hammered again. It had to be a littler fish, so he didn't really hit it. Well, first bite on the Texas rig. Don't think it was a bass. He stole my legs. Probably a green sunfish. Okay, putting down the Texas rig for now. Green sunfish are winning. Let him eat it for a while. Thought he would be bigger. Off this little like secondary point in this cove. This pontoon right here is where I caught that 5 last week. 10-inch plum worm. didn't work. Okay. Thought that was a fish. He got off, but it was a stick that I hit on a tree and then it pulled the limb off. That fish just like started running straight out. I didn't even know I was not paying attention. Horrible hook set, but we got him. Retaining walls in this lake like this, just concrete ones, wood ones, whatever, almost always have a fish on them, it seems like. Again, on the 10-inch worm. Definitely not the size you're targeting with throwing a bait like this, but little Texas rig crawfish. He was out of the ways. He started running with it. Thought he had a little bit more size to him, so I set the hook a second time. I didn't get a good first one. It's about the size of that first fish I caught, probably 2 pounds. Still not what we're looking for, but gladly will take a 2-pounder, especially when it's on a fun to use like a Texas rig, fishing it quick. That's a giant. I don't know how giant. It's a good fish though. He's pulling the whole boat like crazy. No idea, I haven't seen the fish yet. Do not come off. Is that a catfish? Okay, you can come off, never mind. Dang it. Well, that right there shows you what that fish was. He ate the Texas rig. He ate the Bronco bug. That was a probably 5 or 6 pound channel cat. We're going inland apparently. The trolling motor has turned itself on. See right there, it's on off. We're going inland. I thought that was a big bass. Dang it, dude. He's up in between these two pontoons. He was fighting like a big bass too, like literally fighting exactly like a bass. The last big catfish I hooked here was last time, and the second I hooked him, he just started wallowing on the surface like that one did at the end there when he came off. I probably could have pulled him in the net last second, but didn't really care too much once I saw it was a catfish. Would have been cool to land him though. That catfish was on the bank. He ate it right as it hit the water. It was sitting on the rocks. I'm like shaking him. I thought that was a fish. Like obviously it was a fish. I thought it was a giant bass though. This is the same lure I caught the one last time too. Just a Texas rig black and blue Bronco bug. came back over to the wall where I started this morning. I'm going the other direction now. I'm going to fish the dam and around all these pontoons and stuff. And there's more of this offshore a little bit, like these like little trees that grew up in the water whenever the lake was drained last year. And that's where I caught the 5-pounder on, is those same trees, but over in that other cove. And I remembered, oh, there's more of those same trees, but over here. And that's the fish that's owning these ones. Not exactly what I'm at this thing for. The trolling motor on max reverse is losing to the wind right now. It's picked up a ton. Didn't bring any moving bait setups. Didn't expect the wind to be like this. Wasn't supposed to be like this. So this is my 7.2 heavy poison adrena. Oh, there it is. That, but it is the least heavy of the 2 bottom bait rods I brought. So I'm going to use it for throwing a square bill. See how this goes. Okay, that's a big catfish that just ate my crankbait on the top. I'm trying to not hit this guy's boat. I doubt it's on there anymore. Oh, it's on this. I'm literally just trying not to hit this pontoon, and I hit it because, oh, this trolling motor on 3-speed is losing to 5-mile-an-hour winds. I've got a big catfish hooked. Fell down. This is stupid. I cast it and then was sitting here messing with the motor, so I hit the boat and then saw this fish start wallowing on the top. I'm like, that's, I have a fish on and I haven't moved my lure yet. I've made like 5 casts with this crankbait and caught a catfish. Not the target species. Come on. Come here. Come here. This is not what I am targeting today, but this would be my second catfish if I would have landed that first one earlier on the Texas rig. There's my biggest fish today, probably like a 6-7 pound channel cat. Look at his whisker split at the top right there. It goes 2 directions. It's crazy. Look at that guy. On a square bill. This is probably about the same size as that one I lost. Or up there. Okay. There you go. That would be catfish number 2. That one was on a crankbait. First one was on a Texas rig. There's obviously a large channel cat population that is lure eating in this lake. Boat's leaking like crazy, full of water. That's a good bass. Get in here. I'll take that. Right after the catfish. The same lure, just the sexy shad squirrel. Well, he's in the live well. The live well being the 7 inches of water I've been standing in the back of the boat because it leaks. Look, I mean, the fish is invisible in the back. It's so deep. Stop trying to swim through the boat. 1.5 pounds, bass number, I think 6, something like that. Off this little point here on the square bill. It's been a minute since I've caught a bass today. I don't even, it's been slow. That is a rock. fish just hammered it on the where the rocks meet the wall. I literally in my head said one more cast, I'm gonna pick up a wacky rig to flip these pontoons coming up. Stay down. It's not a horrible fish. I will take that. Fish number 8, messed up dorsal, probably a pound. On the square bill again, right where the rocks start. Battery's almost dead, so motoring back. This GoPro's dead. All the batteries are. Oh, well. I bet you guys heard that. That was like a 1.5 pounder on the square bill. I'm motoring back to the dock.